Hey guys, welcome to another Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV, Heavensward. Let's do a couple main story quests. Let's see, let's just go here. So back onto the main story quest. I did a lot of setup of my squadrons and stuff, so I've got squadrons, but I just need one more to join me, but we can do that later. Okay, so whoop. Okay, eat nothing. Back onto the main story quest. Whoa. Whoa. Where am I? Oh. Cool. Wow. Just a few, and then I'm gonna sleep. I'm getting sleepy now. Back on the main story quest. Got myself set up. It's really good. Got my retainers set up. My squadron set up. Not that. Yeah, I just need one more squad member to join me. But that will happen naturally, I think. Thank the gods you've returned, Scory. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it our visitor proved elusive? Beg pardon? He was waiting for you? What did you do? What did he say? As it was, so shall it be again? Of when does he speak? And of what exactly? The words of the El Dibus portend much, but I reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. I had hoped for answers, but it seems I shall have to be content with a wealth of additional questions. What do we get? What's this? Crafting material. She has a final favour to ask. Let us set aside the matter of this Ascian until after we have completed our move to the Rising Stones. Wow, there is but one final favour I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Ala Migan resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade. Wow, furnishing the resistance with vital Imperial secrets, while feeding his paymasters subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believed to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the Primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years, though there is much within I still do not understand. It is my hope that Urianger will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care. It is all I have left of my father. Okay. Give it to Urianger. I think we had to turn in something to Urianger as well. So that's perfect. It's kind of relaxing to be back on the MSQ. Main story quest. Oh, what's this? Let's go. We're heading straight for the green and the blue quests. Scory, I am most heartened by the safe return. Wert thou able to cast light on the shadows that haunt the shroud? Yes. So it is true, having awakened from nigh eternal slumber, The dark divinity now rides free in the shroud. Whilst you were afield, I immersed myself in the scriptures. The more I scoured the words, the more I did realize that the writing was drawn heavily upon Allegan historical chronicles. History is quite a fascinating beast, is it not? One nation's glory is another's suffering. One nation's great hero, another's most abhorrent villain. I mean not to speak in platitudes, only to say that there is never but a single side to any story, even a story that is presented as historical fact. To what end did the great hero of Alagsil Odin in a jail of crystal? What impels the dark divinity to ride once again? Cast thine light on the shadows of history, friend, that we might be delivered from the darkness. Oh, I get to choose. Critical hit then, yeah? Complete. Wow. Savage aim. Probably critical hit, yeah? I'm just gonna say. I thought thee departed. To what end dost thou linger? We have 2 quests for you. The journal. The father's final bequest, daughter's lifelong labour. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well can I imagine the antecedents pain. Upon mine honour, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain. Scory, this is Minfilia. Forgive me, but I could wait no longer. I have departed for the rising stones. If you have yet to, once you have given the journal to Urianger, I bid you come to the seventh heaven in Revenant's Toll. Tatara will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Oh wow. Assuming you have already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new Aetherite in Revenant's Toll. After all, it is right on our doorstep. Yes! No more riding from a little area to the Scion's place. That's so cool. What's this blue thing? Primal Awakening? Urianger would speak with you regarding the unidentified primal. When the Cenary moon did wane, there sounded a blood-curdling roar. A new primal had roused. The portents gave us to believe one whose identity yet lieth beyond our ken. By the hand, 3 primals have since been vanquished. As each returned to the ether, 'twas observed that tremors foreshadowing this fourth grew in strength and frequency both. The being doth quicken, and in time I shall become a scourge upon the land. Yet even as we pondered a course of action, a benevolent soul did arise, one who would forestall that threat. Though she be tender in years, she is true of heart and steadfast resolve. She would solicit thine aid if thou art willing to proffer it. Lest thou wonder, this maiden is of our order. Thus did the antecedent straightway consent that thou should assist her howsoever thou mayest. As soon as thou art able, hie thee to Wineport, where thy petitioner doth await thee even now. Thou shalt for a certainty find her visage strikingly familiar. Visage. What's the other one? Primal nature. Urianger beseeches your aid in solving the resurgent mystery of the primals. So many dungeons. It is decided. The stance of the Scions must evolve from shifting sands to unyielding stone. My place, however, is here in this land of unending tragedy. Ere must I remain until the true nature of the primals is revealed unto me. Many seasons did I toil to fashion a net across this vast realm, a net that catches not fish, but nuggets of wisdom more valuable than gold. Yet even possessed of this hoard of knowledge, I cannot purchase all the keys to the confounding doors that bar my passage. Thus must I presume to unsheath the blade born of light. Thine is a strength that shatters the stoutest barriers, and doth pierce that which obfuscates the impotent gaze of ordinary men. We have not the luxury of time required for my measured scholarly pace, for the adder's nest is astir, hissing with the news of Garuda's return. Her winds have grown ever more violent, ever more destructive. What lies behind this sudden waxing of power? The answer may well prove a vital piece of the puzzle of the primal's existence. Mine eyes perceive a looming wall of strife, poised to crash down upon our cities with unrestrained fury. For the nonce, you must pacify the Lady of the Vortex. Swiftly now to the Adder's Nest, High Serpent Commander Headloo would have such details as thou needest to proceed. I shall await thee at the waking sands and pray for thy success. Is it like the next level of Garuda? So we got some new stuff. Primal Awakening. What's this one? Primal Nature. Let's go. I'm curious what it is about. And it's right there. And I'm gonna go to sleep really soon. We're sleepy. Oh, but we should visit our new place in Revenant's Toll or whatever. Quest? Ah, Alizé. Cool. It has been a wild adventure. As I recall, my brother Alpha Nord took the liberty of introducing us when we first and last we met. But for the sake of propriety, Alizé Levelure, I thank you for coming. I have heard much and more of your exploits, but by your hand the Black Wolf is slain, and his ultimate weapon destroyed. You are possessed of a great strength and courage, that much is plain. I shall have need of one such as you if I am to see my mission through to its conclusion. As you may be aware, the violence of Dalamud's fall changed not only the face of the realm, but also the base of the realm. Specifically, it played havoc with the etheric currents, creating vast confluences of ether below the surface. Among other phenomena, this led to the formation of subterranean caverns at key points of stress. One such cavern lies beneath Castrum Occidens and extends to only the gods know where. Despite its appearances, Castrum Occidens is as much a research facility as it is a fortress. Gaius van Balsa chose the site for no other reason than to provide the caverns to probe the caverns without much interference. As you went about vanquishing the returned primals, I observed a repeating wave pattern in the ether corresponding exactly to the dates on which you were reported to have felled Ifrit Titan Garuda. Upon closer examination, it became clear that these unique waveforms emanated from deep beneath the aforementioned stronghold. Crucially, I recorded the same pattern during the recent celebrations and have since been given up to understand that this phenomenon bears a disquieting similarity to one observed shortly prior to the calamity. 5 years ago, my grandfather invoked the power of the 12 that he might contain Bahamut. Alas, his efforts failed, and he vanquished together with his foe. I would know the truth of what transpired that day, of grandfather's fate, and of the metamorphosis that swept across the land. In casting light upon these mysteries, we will find a way to cure what ails this world. It is my belief that the answers I seek lie hid within the depths of the cavern. I would have you accompany me on an expedition to find them, Scory. If truth be told, I am not one to rely upon others, and have found thus far handled matters alone, yet I am not blind to my limitations. Unescorted, I cannot hope to succeed in this endeavour. I swore that I would find a way to restore peace to Eorzea. If you desire the self-same, then aid me as you have aided my brother and the Scions. Sounds good to me. I am in your debt. You are a man of action, and I sense that we will accomplish much together. But let us not waste any more time. As I mentioned, Castrum Occidens straddles the cavern I wish to explore. If I am to have a hope of reaching it alive, I would need you to infiltrate the stronghold first and locate a path into the depths. Once you have done so, pray report your success to Storm Private Jokbara. You may consider her my assistant here in Mindport. I have every faith that you will not fail me. 12 speed your way story. What's next for that one? Fight your way through castrum oxidants. Castrum oxidants. Oh, okay. Shall we activate it? Like, have I been to castrum oxidants? Oh, this is the place where we did the ending, wasn't it? Do these guys count as like close to my level? What's this? Did I fight my way through it? Now what? Was that it? Oh. Oh, that's right here. Isn't it? I still remember doing this part. It's so epic for the ending. There's so much to do in this game. And it's like really quick and satisfying. I wonder what primal the other one is about. Uh-huh. Storm Private. I've been expecting you, Scory. By your coming, I take it you have successfully located the cabin entrance inside castrum oxidants. So that's where it's to be found. Marvellous. Oh, but allow me to properly introduce myself. Jabolka is my name, and it is my honour to serve Lady Alice. Though not for reasons of convenience, at present I also serve the Maelstrom. This uniform accords me certain privileges, you see, in particular, ready access to the Maelstrom's regional scouting reports. They provide a wealth of local knowledge, including information on secret passages. But enough about me. I shall notify Lady Alice of your discovery, that she may prepare for the expedition. Though I don't doubt your abilities, none can say what dangers lurk beneath castrum oxidants. For my lady's sake, as well as your own, please spare neither preparation nor caution. Pray choose your companions well. Oh, it's an instant. Sounds like an instant. The Binding Coil of Bahamut. Oh wow, isn't that the ending of the first game? Wow. The Binding Coil of Bahamut. Is that what type of duty is that? That's not a trial, is it? Where is it? Oh, raids. There's separate runs. It's a Realm Reborn raid. Interesting. Oh. So I want to unlock this one in Gridania as well. What is that? The entrance. Mm. Yeah. Where is it? Right there? No. Twin adders, wasn't it? Oh, there it is. Primary nature. I can't fly. So I'll unlock this and then I'll go to Revenant's Toll and then I'll go to sleep. Scarlet, that's the one. Fear and Odin in the Shroud. Lieutenant Scarlet would share with you most urgent tidings. Scory, your timing never fails to amaze. Unless I'm mistaken, you have knowledge of the Elder Primal Odin, correct? As I thought, well, you know, we have long pursued the dark divinity from the pages of arcane scripture to the shroud itself. Finally, we have a plan to put his prowling to an end. Brother Apasi has the command. He has personally requested your aid in this venture and awaits you at URTH'S fount. I'm sure he will give you the details once you present yourself. Godspeed, Scory. Is that the one? Or is it another one? Oh my gosh, there's so many things to do. Here we go. A Scory on the science. Might I deduce from your stern expression that you have heard of the disturbing news? Garuda returns once more to plague our nightmares. I fear this incarnation of the ladies is more tempestuous than what we have yet witnessed. If you are prepared to face this rolling storm, then I will brief you on what must be done. I think this one, huh? Be handy if I was a tank. Alright, grab this. Gale Force warning. Commander Vorsal Hello wishes to send you against the largest incarnation of Garuda. We first learned of Garuda's return when the Primal fell upon the Blue Badgers as they sought to construct a new watchspire. The devastation was absolute. According to the report of the one surviving engineer, Garuda invoked the most horrific gale, but with a gesture of her taloned hand. The powerful winds tore apart the half-built tower, crushing the workers and scattering their broken bodies like dolls. By all accounts, it appears the Lady of the Vortex has grown stronger with this summoning. She must be stopped before the casualties are allowed to pile any higher. But as you might imagine, the Ixal, eager to please their bloodthirsty goddess, are engaging our troops on every front. I have not the soldiers to spare for a primal hunting expedition. Thus I sent word to the Science to beg the aid of proven champions. You and your companions are our best hopes for freeing Gridania of this rampaging fiend. I ask that you confront Garuda on her customary domain, the Howling Eye. Such a titanic conflict is best confined to Ixal lands. Wouldn't you agree? Though I imagine the birdmen have since made adjustments to their crystal, the beastmen Aetherat found within Nalaland remains the curious means of entry. May the 12 strengthen your arms, Scory. Quest accepted. Okay, so I just like unlocking things. Okay. How can you just leave it and not unlock it? Alright. Just unlocking all these raids. I feel like I want to do the main story quest though and come back for raids once I'm max level. Yeah, according to the guild message on Monday, which is Tuesday for me, there's like Final Fantasy 15 crossovers and stuff, rewards in Gold Saucer. I don't know, I wonder what it is. Not that I played 15. Apparently Garuda was in Final Fantasy 15. Let's go by land. I think we're in the right spot. Somewhere around here. Fake journey. Do these guys count as like mobs that I can get? Or the challenge log? Whoa, look at that. Looks like a Furby. Level 50. Let's kill him. I wonder if that counts. Why is he so hard? I feel like somehow I think we should lose. Ah, there's mosquitoes here. Can we unaggro him? Oh no, Chocobo, come back. Sokjin, come back. Can I dismiss him? How do I dismiss him? Oh, poor Sokjin. I've hidden my bar. Can I dismiss him? That's better. What is he? Why is he so big? I think he's gonna kill me. Ah, the music went nice. That's good. I thought he was just like a mob. Alright, let's do this. Is this the crystal? Oh, a Pessy. Adventurer, thank you for coming. We seek the dark divinity and you must be made privy to the plan before the game is afoot. As you know, Odin hunts in the forest. We would banish him from the shroud, yet in actual fact he has fallen before countless adventures already, but by all rights the primal should plague us no more. Yet though again and again he is vanquished, he rises always to change through the Tweleswood, to charge the Tweleswood. His constant reappearance is perplexing to say the least, and raises two questions. Who summons him, and how does he change his visage upon manifesting? Odin is alone amongst the primals in these aspects. Indeed, I can find not a single sentence in the scriptures that sheds light on his devilish abilities. There is no answer in words. Writ of the pen, now the sword must serve. Our plan is to send a band of adventurers against the dark divinity. Brother Isumiyan, my master, and I will observe the battle from afar. We believe seeing the moment of Odin's defeat may give us a clue, one that will lead to uncovering the truth of the primal that has escaped us thus far. Naturally, this hinges upon the company's victory. No one but a warrior of light could hope to survive the battle, hence I've asked you here. Indeed, without you and our venture is doomed to failure. So I implore you, lend us your strength. If you acquiesce, I shall invoke the power of the elementals and draw the dark divinity to this spring. Oh, Earth's fount. Available. Is it a trial? Oh, Earth's fount. It's a trial. Cool. And where was the reader one? We did unlock that, didn't we? The reader? Or do we not? That's probably Garuda's one. Gotta reattune. Reattune. Okay. This is like playing Civilization where you just want to do one more turn. But I just like having unlocked these things rather than having the quest like halfway. It's probably underneath, yeah? Where's the entrance? In here? Is there a crystal? Can you see crystal? They're usually quite big. Ah, that looks like it. Hey, we stuck past everybody. So good. Just touch it. Huh? Cool. What happened now? Ooh. This is not what I expected. Oh, just being watched. Extreme. Where does that go under? I wonder. Oh, it's one of these ones. High-end trial. Let's go to Revenant's Tile now. Just want to quickly see our new place. Madonna. So we have a new home and I can just TP to the science now. It's gonna be good. And then I will sleep. Oh. Where is it? Yeah. This would be, it's probably, oh here. Tataru, is this our building? Cool. Oh, Scary, you're here. Good, good. We were all wondering when you'd show up. As I was just telling your restive receptionist here, I'm pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all signatures signed. The Rising Stone is officially yours. Cool, we own it now. Splendid. From this day forward, I will spare no effort in seeing that it is as welcome and comfortable a home for us as the Waking Sands ever was. That said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places and unfamiliar faces. Take that odd-looking fellow over there, for example. He's been eyeing us most suspiciously ever since we arrived. I cannot help but wonder if we are truly safe here. Being watched left, right and centre. Wow. His eyes are like covered. Ah, that man, I can't say I've spoken to him myself, but rumour has it he's come to hunt for ancient treasures in the Crystal Tower. You've seen the structure I speak of? No? It's hard to miss it. That massive pillar of shining crystal that looms high over the land just to the southeast of here. If the tales are to be believed, it is a remnant of some ancient civilization. The details remain a mystery, and that's no doubt why it's drawn adventurers and scholars from all over looking to unearth its secrets. The man over there is no exception, and if my instincts are true, he knows more than most. If you're curious about the tower yourself, you could do worse than to talk to him and see what he knows. Why, if I weren't otherwise occupied with my duties here, I'll have half a mind to join you. I mean, just look at it. I can scarce begin to imagine what wonders lie inside. I love my gear. Why, that's wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat, despite the relocation. And with that, Scoria, I do believe it's time you officially announced your presence to everyone inside. The antecedent and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you. The Crystal Tower quest series is now available from the Outlandish Man. In order to progress in the main scenario, you must first complete certain quests in the Crystal Tower series. While you are granted a respite from your duties as a Scion, use your time to probe the depths of the Crystal Tower and see what ancient secrets may be gleaned. Whoa, so I have to do some stuff in there to advance? Before I can go in? Serious? Can I just go in yet? What? I can't go in? Magic armor. Oh, what's happening here? Where's my story quest? Build on the stone. Oh, what? Somewhere else? So confused. I need magic armor? Oh, is this our room? The seventh heaven. Whoa. So many blue stuff. Where's Minfilia? Oh, rising. What's his blue quest? I'm so just excited by blue quests. What? So many. Maniac Manor? Forgive me friend, a most chilling encounter has my nerves on edge. I was travelling through the shroud when a man accosted me out of nowhere, his eyes darting wildly in fear. He spoke of a haunted mansion from which the tortured screams of young maidens can be heard day and night. Hawker Manor, was it? Hawker Manor, yes. What's that? You purged the self-same manor of its unholy inhabitants some time ago? That is curious indeed. The man recounted the events as if they had happened not days ago. While it would put my heart at ease to know his tale was but a fancy, born of a few too many flagons of mead, the poor soul had not the air of a drunk or a liar. Perhaps you know someone who could have shed some light on the matter. It's like a hard version. For keepsake, Lorianne looks at you with an appraising eye. A wayfarer like yourself must be privy to all manners of tales, yes? So tell me, what do you know about the adventurers who purged the cultists from the ruins of Amdapur Keep? What? It was you who did the deed? Then you are just the person I've been seeing. As there is a man I would have you lend your ear to a hero known as Adistan. He dwells in the camp tranquil from where he surveys the Twelveswood. Of late he has sensed dark stirrings in Amdapur Keep, and would speak with one who has braved the ruins already. But I shall put no more words in brother Adistan's mouth. Pray attend him in the South Shroud. If you give him my name as proof of your intent, he will not withhold a single detail of what he has observed. So many, I think this, I don't know what's going on, there's so many blue stuff. Crazy. Oh my gosh. Curtain Slay. As Blazing eyes you from the corner, you get the impression. Oh, okay, let's just read. Yoskori Kaitika by the Onion. The very man I seek it. This waits his behest. How do I know the pot banger? Why, we trained together in the Culinarian's Guild. He has a Culinarian's Guild. He has a place in Costa del Sol now, the Flying Shark. Not the sharpest knife in the blood block is just the draft, but he's loyal. He's got a friend out there by the name of Whisket, and he seems to be in need of your help. What say you go look him up, eh? So many. Blazing has the satisfied look of a man who has found it. Your Scory Kaitika by The Onion. I was hoping that you'd come by. I've got a message from an old friend of mine. Needs your help for an important task, he says. It's highly confidential business, so I can't give you his name. Let's just say he's well known in Limsa. Odds are you'd recognise him. Anyway, I'm not at liberty to divulge anymore. If you have a mind to take on a task, head over to Limsa and seek out a bloke named Denston. That's not my friend, mind you, but one of his men. So many. It's like I'm level 1. By The Onion, your scorer, you wouldn't have come at a better time. A friend of mine sent word that he needs a capable adventurer, you see, and I naturally thought of you. Who's his friend, you ask? Why, none other than Commodore Rayner of the Yellow Jackets. He and I met back when I first started out as a culinarian, and we've been friends ever since. Anyway, to appreciate it if you'd pay him a visit and inquire as to what he needs doing. You'll find him in the Coral Tower with his Yellow Jackets. I really feel like I'm level 1 again. Good day to you, my wayfaring friend. Say you wouldn't happen to be the man who slew the Tonberry King, would you? I think it was me. Yes, I remember doing that. I knew it by The Onion. I find gent for you, looking for you. He has an appetizing proposal on the table, and I think you should pay him a visit. He's one of the treasure hunters in Camp Bronzelake. Oh, and he will, of course, be there with his partner. The two are inseparable, but I'll let them tell you more themselves. Well, off to La Nocia with you. Oh my gosh. Out of sight, out of mind. I've seen more and more visitors to this goddamn place lately. Most of them battle-hardened types seeking a worthy test of their mettle. I trust that I might count you among them. Look, you didn't hear this from me, but word has it that Copperbell mines are looking not unlike the APL in recent years. The stone torches would have us believe that they have matters under control, but a minor acquaintance of mine would beg to differ. He says the torches have proven far more adept at quelling rumors than Hecatoncheires, if you catch my drift. Why do I betray this knowledge to you? I fear for my friend's life, and mine own as well, should those hulking monstrosities break free to the surface. If it's a challenge you seek, what say you accidentally find your way to Copperbell and profit your services? So it's like hard versions of the dungeons. That's why there's so many. And an adventurer who can hold his own in battle. It just happens I've gotten word of a new challenge for one of your talents. Requires a lot of travel and a dash of heroics, but it'd be worth your while. Eastern Thailand is lovely this time of year. You've heard of the training grounds at Halatal, Awaja? The place fell into disuse after the calamity, but some adventurer or another put it to rights. Its owners aim to train gladiators and adventurers once more, just as in the old days. A little paint, a little mass burial, and now the place is ready to take on challenges. If you're all keen for the notion, go and talk to my friend Al down there. He'll get you in the door. Okay. There's an industrious ant, an adventurer in need of a bit of business, if I'm not mistaken. The anthill you want is Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. Something kicked it over good. They've put out word for adventurers. Have skill, will move fast. That's the sort of thing. Perfect for you, I'll warrant. A client, a bit of a handful. A mite aggressive, but nothing you can't handle. The twins, you'll find them in the Miners Guild. Talk to Seruka. He's the milder of the two. Alright, so we got, I think they're like hard versions of all the dungeons. Let's go. First time in our new place. go inside. Cool. Is this what it's like? Oh, Ishtola. She's just reading. As you can see, our Charlene allies have furnished us with a wealth of new tomes. It would be prudent for you to broaden your knowledge as well. I definitely feel like I'm playing an RPG with this kind of thing. I assume she's in there. Alphino. Is it not wonderful, Scurry? Nary a single presumptuous merchant has darkened our door. I know full well that they will come in time, but for now let us enjoy their respite. Let's go. Let's talk to Minfilia and then I'm going to go to sleep. This is the same. Ah, the gang. New home. Well, it's certainly spacious. Very nice. Ah, she brought that as well. Today marks a new beginning for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, for today we declare our independence. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorzea, all of Eorzea's people proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we will sever our ties to the Eorzean alliance, on the contrary, the antecedent and I shall endeavour to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we should not permit political considerations to influence our decisions. Our identity remains unchanged, as does our cause. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Yeah. For Eorzea. Awesome. I love my gear. Looks cool from the back too. That's it. A moment of your time, Scory, I would speak of Elidis. Oh, he came. Pardon the intrusion, my lady, but the matter which bringeth me will admit no delay. Mind, every attempt to contact the students of Baldesian hath been met with silence. No one will respond? How odd. Allow me to try. No response. Surely they would not ignore us. They have never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume the worst. No, I will not believe it. An outpost, perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. Had they come under attack, they would most certainly have raised the alarm. None could penetrate their sanctum unnoticed. But for those who lack the gift and the knowledge both, oh no. Contact their agents in the field at once. If aught has befallen the students of Baldesian, they must know of it. They may know of it. Though the thought of it pains me until such time as we can have evidence to the contrary, we can but assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on Eldibus. 'Tis possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge. Be fairly warned, however, they are unlike to yield it unconditionally. Do what you must. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from a crimson-clad Askian, perhaps? Or Ocha? Or Puce? And which of our allies will then fall silent? For a time I thought we had gained the upper hand. Then you shattered the crystal When you shattered the crystal of darkness and cast out La Brea, I dared to hope that we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Askian menace. But I was wrong. He endures and may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt that Elidibus spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly, a way to spare this world their unholy machinations. I dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work we do not understand, Scory. I discern them all around, in disturbances too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless the paragons are involved, but how and to what end is far from clear. I know what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. Ah, my stalwart hero, your face is a picture of resolve. I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray return to your private affairs with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed. Krill, where are you? The plot is beginning. Your intercession was not foretold, Nabrialis. Elidibus, you object? We question our plans are in motion, your intentions unclear. They survived the 7th Ardor and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No, it does not. Must be the villain of Heaven's Horde. Serve as you will, so too shall I. We labour not at cross purposes. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time, when the well is lifted from their eyes. Then as long last they see. Wow. Cool. Let's grab the next one. A realm awoken. Surely there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from Amalgina and Sons Mineral Concern. It would appear their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in this manifest were long dismissed as clerical errors. It is only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. I need hardly tell you what they may imply. The brass blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify it as a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Ishtola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. Cool. Alright, we're gonna go sleep now. Wow, we did a lot. And we got our feet back into the main story quest. It's great. And we have a new home now. It's great. So I'm gonna log off and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thanks for watching.